Hi Taurus, this is Tisch Aitken, and this is your monthly report for the month of February. We ended last year with a very different tone because we had started 2020 with that legendary Saturn-Pluto conjunction that brought down structures in our lives in the unforgettable Capricorn tail. And then at the ending of 2020, Saturn exited the sign of Capricorn and entered Aquarius on December 17th, and Jupiter, the planet of expansion and higher wisdom, also entered Aquarius, and the two met up on the winter solstice and started a whole new story at 0 degrees and 29 minutes of Aquarius in your house of career and professional pursuits. And this is a new 20-year cycle of what you want to structure and manifest in your life goals and in your career. It's a big deal. On the 30th of January, Mercury stationed retrograde at 26 degrees and 29 minutes of Aquarius. And this gives you a preview of what Saturn in Aquarius is going to be like for the next couple of years. There are only 29 degrees to a sign. Well, there are 30 degrees to a sign, 0 being the first and 29 being the last. So Mercury is basically at the last, almost at the last degree of Aquarius, giving you a foreshadowing of Saturn up until February, mid-February of 23. So almost the entire transit of Saturn in Aquarius. So pay attention to the stories that are coming up in February and in March and in general since Mercury entered Aquarius on January 8th. And my feeling is that, this is going to be a very, very positive cycle for you because Saturn does rule the 10th house in astrology, and it's making you, or it's asking you to really give this your best in terms of committing to what you want to structure in your life, what you want to achieve, and the best route to do so. On the 1st of February, Venus enters Aquarius, and it's going to be transiting there until February 25th, and that's great for sales, for partnering with others professionally. On the 6th of February, it's a little more challenging because Venus is going to meet up with Saturn in your house of career, and that can bring restrictions or blocks. It's going to then square Uranus later in the day in your sign, and that can be challenges with professional relationships, with financial partnerships. So that's not the easiest day to target, and with relationships in general, very rocky. So knowing that's kind of a challenging day. But Venus in Aquarius is fun for all of us. It's sociable. It's good for networking with all different types of people, especially professionally for you. On the, on the 9th of February, Saturn is going to sextile Chiron, the wounded healer, and that will be helpful energy for you around doing healing work around your career, around how you feel about yourself professionally, and what your image is, if there's vulnerability regarding that. On the 11th of February, there's a magical new moon. It's a very auspicious date. So at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Venus and Jupiter meet up in Aquarius, and those are the two benefics of the zodiac. So it's very loving energy, very romantic, very prosperous, and this is in your house of career and what you want to obtain. And then later we have a new moon that takes place at 2:06 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at 23 degrees and 17 minutes of Aquarius. Excellent new moon for manifesting new intentions. Saturn and Jupiter are still conjunct, really focusing on what you want to structure. Mercury is conjunct Venus and conjunct Jupiter, really auspicious energy. Very innovative in Aquarius, and it's conjunct the new moon, infinite possibilities. Very good date to manifest, set intentions, pardon me, and do the law of abundance. A really good date. On the 12th or the 13th of February, depending on where you are, Venus is going to meet up with Mercury, and that's really kind and creative energy. So it occurs at 11:48 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on February 12th and at 2:48 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on February 13th. And that's really creative, friendly energy. On the 13th of February, Mars in your sign is going to sextile Neptune, and Neptune is the dream, and that's a very manifesting energy. The other thing too with Mars is transiting in your sign until March 3rd. It entered on January 6th, so this is a time to really focus on getting things done. We've dealt with a really difficult year last year, so focusing on taking care of yourself, your fitness routine, and being very busy, because you can achieve a lot with the transits you have now. On, let's see here, on February 17th, we're going to have more challenging, well, actually on the 14th, I should mention, we also have a beautiful energy. Mercury is going to meet up with Jupiter in your house of career, feeling optimistic, manifesting. Mercury's retrograde, but still reassessing how you can be productive. You may find that old clients or colleagues or people you used to work with or companies, you reconnect in some way, or you're reassessing how you can be more productive in this next couple of years in the Saturn transit. On the 17th of February, there is challenging energy for all of us. Saturn and Uranus are going to square each other for the first of 3 times. They're going to do so again in June and in December. And they're going to square at 7 degrees of Aquarius in your house of career, and Uranus is transiting in your sign at 7 degrees. So Saturn square Uranus is an aspect of strife. Saturn is restrictions, and Uranus is freedom and chaos. So that is not the easiest of energy by any means for all of us. And it's going to represent growing pains in this wild and unpredictable Aquarian story for all of us. But just kind of knowing that that is the energy of that date, and you know, we're all working with that. Professionally, that could be a bit challenging for you. On the 18th of February, the sun is entering Pisces. It's entering your house of friends and groups, where it's going to be transiting until March 21st. That's a good time for connecting to others, to partnering with people, networking, and you know, it's good for seeking community. On the 20th of February, Mercury stations direct degrees and 1 minute of Aquarius in your house of career. Again, you know, it's not quite out of the shadow, but it helps to bring forward momentum and really figuring out what you want to achieve the next couple of years with Saturn in your house of career and life achievement. On the 25th of February, Venus enters the sign of Pisces, and it's going to be transiting there for a few weeks in your house of friends and groups, bringing more social energy, good for your love life, good for meeting people, good for feeling more optimistic. It's the house of wishes. On the 26th of January, Jupiter is going to trine the North Node of Destiny, and Jupiter's in your house of career, transiting the North Node in your house of income and what you value, and that could be very auspicious for financial opportunities and for bringing new connections into your life. On the 27th of January, we're going to have a full moon that takes place at 3:17 a.m. Eastern Standard Time at 8 degrees and 57 minutes of Virgo. And this falls in your house of romance and creativity. This could be a culmination of something you've been working on creatively. Perhaps there's issues in your romantic life with the full moon. It's not the easiest full moon because it's setting off the lunar eclipse that took place on November 30th at 8 degrees and 38 minutes of Gemini. But it's, it's in your house of creativity. It could be romantic. I imagine it's going to be emotional because it's also just a degree off from the world axis, which means we're all going to be feeling it. But the month of February has some very creative and romantic aspects, a beautiful new moon. So I hope you make the best of it, Taurus, and I wish you the best of luck. Thank you.